On today's adventure, we're heading up towards a little interesting town in Lee County, Virginia, part of the Cumberland Gap National Park. But there's a place here that is very interesting. The place I'm referring to is known as the Iron Furnace. Now, on his historic journey through the Gap in 1750, an individual by the name of Thomas Walker made note of a spring coming from a cave. In his journal, he noted that the spring is sufficient to turn a mill. So in 1819, a blast furnace was built in the stream below the cave, which is now known as the Gap Cave. Large sandstone blocks were used from nearby, and fire brick was used to line the inside of the furnace, which was used to smelt the iron. Now, iron ore was mined nearby, limestone was added in the process, and then firewood was made into charcoal for use as fuel. The water from this stream powered large bellows and a massive hammer mill. Now, each day that this was operational, there were about 625 bushels of charcoal, or about 52 trees, 6 1/4 tons of iron ore, and about 1,563 pounds of limestone were used to produce approximately 3 tons of iron. This furnace, which was known as Newley's Iron Furnace, operated throughout the 1800s. Some of the iron was sold to local blacksmiths. Some of the iron was shipped in the form of ingots or pigs down the Palo River to Chattanooga, Tennessee. Of course, this furnace is no longer in operations today, but we do see that this very small town that was very vibrant at the time that this furnace was in operation. But we do see a very small portion of this town still being occupied, and there are a couple shops that are still being occupied as little convenient little stores and whatnot. And with certain small post office and stores being ran, we still see there are some residents that do still live here and still being occupied, even though it's been a couple hundred years since this happened.